Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I am your Dungeon Master, AuldDragon, and the players are...
Hi, I'm Captain Higgimus, Corporal First Class, and I play a Giff Fighter.
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon, who's a human and a fighter and the first of.
Hi, I'm Daikami-sama, and I play Solas Abebha, who is half-elven cleric mage of Ogma.
Hi, I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin of Brawl, and I've never watched Dune.
Never watched it. That's a crime.
Yeah,
Hi.
yeah.
Levalithana, an elven wild mage, and I have watched Dune, and I've read all the books.
I've done neither.
I feel like there is level drain coming for Ockar.
At least it's not me this time.
No, there won't be level drain coming for Ockar. It'll be a purple worm that will come along and eat him. Dune style.
Hi,
Lafdul, what's your title?
I was getting to it, but everyone wanted to interrupt me today. Hi, I'm Zakat. I play the wily, wonderful, wacky worshipper of wonderment and wanderlust. That is Aravan Illisayer, also known as mischiefmaker and a part-time collector of trinkets and baubles, which in certain circles would be known as thief.
That's easy for you to say.
And that was the current session of Spelljammer, right?
Hey,
that one.
I know you didn't.
Hey, Lafdul?
I know you didn't say.
No.
200 XP.
Yay!
That was pretty darn good. That was.
I know
200
you.
XP.
That was
I know
XP
you.
worthy.
I know you didn't say it like this, but I heard Wonder Boss.
No, it was the wily, wonderful, wacky worshipper of wonderment and wanderlust.
But
That's
no
a
mention of a
superb
Wand of
title.
Wonder.
Yeah.
But
Come
they're
on, I
not
can't think of
kittens.
everything.
Yes, you can. I demand it.
200 XP, though.
Yeah,
Yay.
200 XP. Alright, just to zip you all down. So, we left off the last session. The party had eliminated the threat from the Lizard King, the worshipper of the Emperor Lizard, as they referred to him, and the heretic, as Axis referred to him. And you've spent a couple days recuperating, and now I'm starting you out here on the main docks. You were going to take a look around the Citadel, see what was going on. Have a look around and, get a feel for the layout before you decided whether you wanted to, where you wanted to continue exploring.
Just being awesome.
Yeah, I had to read that because I couldn't remember that.
That's fine. I could tell you were reading it, but that's fine. It's perfectly fine. So,
Oh, I see.
You're on the docks. One of the wasps is currently patrolling around the base. The other wasp is docked up because it has a life jammer helm, and they're not going to be using that.
Yeah.
And they're currently actively repairing the bloatfly.
Will they let us destroy the Life Jammer Helm?
If you would ask about that, Axis would say that they have not decided exactly what to do with it yet.
They might need to use that in an emergency, and they could ask for volunteers to sit in it for short periods rather than put slaves in it and kill them.
Yeah, that would be what she would tell you.
Okay.
Can I do not necessarily a retcon so much as like during the course of the 2 days that we were resting and recovering? Can I talk to lizardmen to get an idea if maybe one or two of them might have heard something about what's below or what's above or something, like the type of creatures? Maybe someone heard a rumor.
Yeah. So there's a whole host of rumors that go about. It turns out that the priest king that you slew, he was pretty old. and they think that magic was being used to extend his life in some way. He
Of course it was.
led the lizard men in an attack on this citadel, basically a couple generations ago, by normal lizard man lifespans, or at least that's how they put it. Slaughtering a lot of the dwarves, and he obviously told all of his people that he was led here by a messenger of the Emperor Lizard. There's a lot of different theories on what it is. Some say it's an avatar of the god. Some say it's just an emissary. Some being sent from his realms to direct the actions of the priest king. But you don't really hear learn any solid information on what it might be.
What?
Were we going down first before up?
You have not decided. You were going to explore the supposedly safe levels first.
Did we get rid of the corpses?
Yeah.
You have not gotten rid of
Yeah,
the corpses of the kings because you were going to cast Speak with Dead on them.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
Was
we
I?
wanted to ask them if they knew
I
where
won.
Yeah, you were. You
Alright.
mentioned that last time.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
wanted you to
completely
cast-
forgot about it now.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
wanted you to cast Speak with Dead to see if they knew anything about the artifact.
And also ask about the Nate. What kind of creature is the messenger that the
would this
priest
be
went to
done
visit?
during the next day?
You spent the first 2 days recuperating.
Yeah, they're third level spells. I don't really have healing spells on the third level.
There is healing spells of third level.
Wow.
I figured it would be best for you to get a feel for the first 3 levels of the Citadel before you asked any questions. The questions that
That's
you might
fine.
want to ask might change.
All right, no,
This is going to be when you ask the questions and he wakes up from the dead and sacks you.
No, because there is one question I've just thought of recently is actually if this is a potential, what do you call it, a planner being or like demon or something, I might have a spell that could banish it, but I need to know its name if it has one.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. But you got to ask all your questions in one go.
Make a note of it.
So that could wait until after we've searched around, couldn't it?
Yeah, make a note of that question so you don't forget it.
On to abjure. That's if it works on a 12th level priest, since you gave away his level.
It might work. I mean, it's down to a saving throw.
Yeah.
Mm.
Was he just a priest or was he a fire priest?
He was just a priest.
Yeah.
But he was also a lizard king.
Can Lafdul
That just-
research improved speaking with dead spells?
Yeah, I would tell you that there is a church, a section within my clergy, well, not my clergy, my religion that has greater access to that kind of thing.
But you don't.
Yeah, it's kind of restricted.
Oh well, make use of the things we do have.
Although, if we do ever find a corpse, and if we're near a elven church, maybe there's a priest of one of them around.
Mm. They can cast the coffee morning with undead spell.
Yeah.
Well, they get to chat with the person for.
I mean,
half
you
a
need
day.
some really strong coffee if you're going to wake someone up from like 10,000 years ago.
But wait, wouldn't they prefer tea?
No?
They probably
I
want a
don't
Coke.
Ord will have to put a question on the YouTube video. Do undead prefer tea or coffee? Vote now.
All right. Well, are we ready to
Sorry.
explore? Spellcasters got all their spells and everything picked up.
Yeah.
What they're gonna be doing.
Ord, when you said there's 3 floors we can explore, is this the middle one?
No, this is the first.
Right. So Are we talking up?
So you went up 2 floors to the 3rd floor to fight the for that fight.
Right.
You only very briefly saw the 2nd floor.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, mostly the staircase.
Right.
All right, let me know when the spellcasters are ready to.
Yeah. Well,
Do
let's have a good
searching.
look around then.
You
Bearing in
can
mind
do
that
the exploring. Well, just go with you. You're just leading the exploration. I'll pipe in if
Okay.
I want to do something.
All right,
that
ready?
dwarven thing that we're looking for, it might actually be in the safe area.
There are 2 other spellcasters. I don't know. So, rather
If
than
we're
just
if we're
defending me.
lucky, we probably won't be lucky.
All right,
There'll
hold on.
probably be an evil monster sitting on it.
Yeah, hold on. Leva, are you ready?
Is it the same day? In which case, I'm not ready.
No,
Well,
these are
I just...
2 days have passed.
Yeah,
Oh,
days have
okay.
passed.
In that case, yes.
Solas, are you ready?
I'm changing my spells, but otherwise I can basically.
Okay. Lafdul, you said you'll be good to go if we find something.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue. We'll start exploring this first level.
You lead, and I'll comment if I feel like I want to do something.
So you can freely move your tokens around, but keep in mind that like I'm going to be describing the rooms that you're going into, so I would rather you guys not like split up go
Yeah.
every which way.
Okay,
Let's
start
all
with
stay together.
Just
I will cast strength on someone who wants it, in case.
Yeah.
You do?
Ockar said.
Okay. Okay, strong. Maybe.
I love the maybe bit.
Should we just follow the left wall?
Yeah, I think the left side.
Ockar, you're at strength 18.
Just 18?
Yep, just 18.
And let's pause at each door so Ald can tell us if he has a description or not.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
so
okay.
first of all, I did remove all of the door barriers on the lighting layer so that you can very easily see around and move around, so I don't have to manually do that. When you get to unexplored levels that have doors, that will not be the case.
Okay.
But that's also one reason why I was like, keep an eye, don't just like move the tokens around every which way and expect me to immediately leap to you when I'm like reading off from someone else going into a room.
There's something. Would I have learnt from the lizard? I would have asked this from the lizard folk. Would there have been any small creatures around?
Small creatures?
Just creatures in general that might have escaped being eaten.
They would tell you that they've
like
always
a
had a
bat or
vermin
rat.
problem,
Yeah.
rats and things like
Oh.
that, but they also tend to eat those when they catch them.
Before
I.e.
we go-
the needful speak with animals, basically.
Before we go too far, would Vardra be able to interpret any dwarven markings better than us?
She
We ask the questions.
might, but do you want her to come along?
What do you
She
reckon?
can read Dwarven, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Braxon run back and get her. Or ask her if she can come.
Because, to my knowledge, Braxon, I know you can speak Dwarvish. but-
Yeah, he can speak dwarven, but he can't read it.
Okay. So that'd be a good thing to have her along with.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll also be lucky because she's like a dwarven priest.
So when you started out, Axis would have met you on the dock to give you a basic rundown that there are some guards on various places that they have decided that they don't want. They haven't decided what they're going to do about those chambers and those rooms yet, and there are still some that are locked. But they have not had a chance to break down the doors. They've been mostly spending the days tending to the wounded, cleaning up, and sorting things out, getting a new ruling hierarchy in place. Axis is now the ruler of this community as well.
We
Does
could
that
probably-
make her the king, the queen, whatever?
She's just the leader.
We can probably take care of those things.
All right. Couple questions real quick.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody that might be friendly that we meet, is there any like a special code word we can use or a phrase?
They all recognize you as friends now. And she would tell you that they've done their best to weed out all the heretic believers already.
Okay. Well, just in case we get in one of these locked door areas and there's somebody that might be friendly to their cause, is there something we could say to them to?
Not really, but if a fight breaks out, I mean, there'd pretty quickly be some other people coming.
Okay. I still want to avoid hurting friendlies if we go into a locked room and there's people that would be loyal.
Well, how about on these 3 floors we can be more cautious and back off?
Yeah. I mean, you could, if you want her to come with you, she could do so, or she could send someone with you.
Yeah, if she sends someone with us, we can back off and get confirmation that someone, if we see a lizard that's one of those ones, and if there's loads of us, we can subdue them and hand them over.
All right.
And if it's a monster, we can just kill it.
All right, Axis will just go with you then.
Okay. Also, I'll say anything of religious value, I'll just hand over to her, of her religious value.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
For detect evil, it does not say that it is obscured by doors or anything. Then I can scan through walls, so to speak.
I believe that the same restrictions as like detect magic probably applies. So a certain amount of stone and lead and stuff like that would block it. But yeah, you can detect evil to see if there's evil intent on the other side of a door.
Interesting.
That's why I actually took it for a change.
Does this mean sneaky evil people can wear lead-lined armor?
Wouldn't exactly be very sneaky.
Be very, very heavy and cumbersome.
And also really hazardous for your health.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a quick path to lead poisoning, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe lead doesn't work like it. You know how air just floats with you in space.
That's never stopped anyone in medieval times.
All right, so the main corridors coming in off the docks, they're about 15 feet high. The doors reach that high as well. They're very sturdy, very thick, and they can be barred from the inside to, block attacks. They do stand open for now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also see the alarm ropes running along the top. These appear to have been an addition by the Lizardmen. They don't appear to be original construction, Viradra would tell you.
So is there like bell pulls outside that the guards can put?
They're inside, not outside, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Braxon wants to have a look at the workmanship on the ceilings and the wall and that sort of thing, just to get an idea of how high the floor is, so we can sort of try and work out if we go in a room whether it's radically shorter or taller.
From what you can see, what you've seen, the rooms tend to be substantially shorter, I guess, than the corridors.
Yeah.
Solas will be taking notes of any, how should I say, if there is any writing or something like dwarven runes.
Okay.
I need to clarify something.
Mm-hmm.
Is the assumption is we explore this place and then we rest? Because I need to know if I'm would speak with dead for
2 days. 2 days have passed. If you guys want to wait until the third day, a next day to cast Speak with Dead, I mean, that's up to you guys.
Yeah, I just want to know what the party's
All right, party?
Okay,
process,
so
because I'm taking like combat and like preventative spells, so to speak.
Okay, so the
Yes.
idea is today that we're going to explore these 3 levels and see what
Alright,
we
I
can
can
find.
ask
And
questions tomorrow.
yes, if
Yeah.
we need to, we can ask do your questions thing and do identifies and
Alright,
all that
that's fine.
stuff like that. And then after that day, we can go in and try to either do the. I suggest we do the top first, the unexplored top, and
Mhm.
then after we're done with that, the unexplored bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so corridor. You mentioned that old.
Mhm.
I guess Ockar's already at this door to the right.
Yeah.
All right. You can see in there the shoved into a corner the rotting remains of an old desk and a cabinet.
Oh, we should have a look at that.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
All right. And there's also a significantly newer cot placed in the room against one wall.
I'll wear my gloves as I look through it.
Okay.
You want thieving gloves?
Yeah.
You're actually saying that, Ockar.
Well, that's what you
They're
prefer
my
them
dexterity
as.
gloves.
No, I'm just curious to know how Ockar's reacting or role-playing this, because he's saying one thing, but I don't know if he's role-playing it.
Oh,
No.
well, Higgimus would
I was
never
just joking
describe
at
these
character.
thieving gloves. He just says that they make him more
You
nimble.
can do Lafdul things.
Yeah, your
Oh.
Lafdul gloves. Got it.
What do the gloves look like?
I have a description.
Oh, well, these were the big gloves, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
These were the gigantic gloves. Yeah.
The
So
gloves that
Braxon
made
just,
Lafdul sad.
Braxon just thinks of them as gigantic gloves that shrunk down to Higgimus size.
They're gray boar skin, so they're kind of neat looking. Very supple.
Tough. Isn't bull skin tough? Unless it's baby bull.
I mean,
Depends on how it's
yeah.
been
Pretty sure you
treated.
can make it in a lot of ways. The cabinet and the desk appear to be empty. As you start pawing through them, you hear some like cracks and snaps as portions of it begin to give way. It's in pretty bad shape.
No hidden
Is
compartments
this-
or anything like that.
Is the cabinet tall enough that it would fall over and hit us?
No, it's like
Okay, Braxon.
3 feet
Braxon
tall.
wants to check out underneath the drawers, as he once heard a sneaky person hid things underneath the drawers to stop thieves.
like the bottom to see if there's something attached to the bottom of a
see if
drawer.
something's attached to the bottom or writing.
No, you do not find anything like that.
Does it look like dwarven workmanship?
Yes, it does.
But they're in bad shape, so.
Yeah, they're definitely pretty old.
Braxon's eyeing up the handles for a second, wondering if you could take them off.
The handles are wood.
Right. Yeah, Braxon figures it's probably got some sort of rot in that would spread to our ship.
It's just age.
Right.
So they just have not been maintained and disregarded, and this whole place is way more humid than it should be.
Mm,
I think it's part of the lizardman thing.
just that room.
No, the whole
no.
citadel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they like that sort of thing, don't they?
So there's probably like moisture buildup on the stone.
Not quite like that. I mean, some of it is pretty slick, but it just feels warm and humid.
Mm. So that probably accelerates the aging of things.
Certainly would, yeah.
Was there anything? So were we able to find anything of value in there?
Nope, you did not find anything of value in there.
Okay.
The room that you're facing now with the double doors, that appears like it was an old warehouse, probably stored,
Oh, that's good.
goods for the dwarves. However, now it holds a large number of bunks, and Axis would inform you that the crew of one of the Wasps would bunk there when it was docked up.
So they were the Wasp people were primarily bad guys.
They were all true believers of the heretic. Yeah.
Okay. Can we search this area then?
Sure.
All right.
You might let the non-believers use the spacecraft.
Braxon's going to get down on the floor and look under the bunks.
It's pretty easy. They're pretty simplistic bunks, although you think that like they're of varying types, so you suspect that they were taken from ships that they may have pirated.
Yeah.
But other than some personal items and spare weapons, lizardman weapons, there's nothing of value that you find in there.
Okay.
Just noticed. My token hasn't been moved with the group.
Yeah, no.
Okay. That explains it.
Yeah, you got to move your tokens.
Yeah, I was still going through the spells that I was taking.
That's fine. So Higgimus, you cross over to these other double doors, and inside there, you see some machinery up against the far wall, the wall back here. And there are some large iron plates on the floor. Axis would inform you that those lead down to... those are covering up openings in the floor. And Viraja would tell you that it appears that this room was a mine elevator entrance.
So, is this place purposely dark?
Yeah, there aren't torches everywhere.
Solas will
So is this
be
black
very
thing here?
interested in that machine.
Sorry. Is this black thing here the mine shaft?
No, that's the wall. That's solid stuff. The shafts are right here.
I'm going to actually roll engineering to see if Solas can figure out the workings of this machine.
Okay. Go ahead. The machine is broken and beyond repair. It would need to be replaced. But there's definitely like rusty chains dangling from the top, and machinery in the back wall, kind of thing. You know, this is solid back here, but there's clearly machinery in that wall. And it looked like it held a chain bucket system for to lift up ore from the mines below.
Could Solas be able to replicate this machine later on if he studied this? Basically,
it's
making blueprint of it.
Too far damaged for that. You would either need an expert on that kind of thing, or you'd have to try and make your own brand new ore elevator.
Are the chains?
Well, I will take some notes and hints about it for later study and development.
Okay. Braxon?
Are the chains going down those holes?
No, there's iron plates covering the holes right now.
Oh, right.
Which they're willing to lift up for you, or if Higgimus wants to lift up and take a look down. The Axis says that these lizard men are guarding it to, number one, prevent anyone from lifting it up and falling down, and also preventing anything from coming up. They don't know what's down there, and they just want to have some people here.
Okay.
Understandable.
That sounds like a good precaution. Is there holes in the ceiling of this room?
No, it does not go up. This is the top of the mine shaft. Or the elevator
Is that
shaft.
the only way we've got to go down?
No, there were some other stairs. You just haven't seen them in this session today.
All right.
You'll see them in just a moment. Did you want to look at, like, lift up one and take a look down?
Braxon would like to have a look down.
Why?
To see if he can see how far down the next floor is.
Okay, I will lift up one of them for you.
Okay. It's very dark, and it
Is that
looks like the
ironstone
next
work?
floor is maybe 20 feet down or something like that.
There's no light,
No.
and Braxton's going to have a good listen.
Give me a second. I think there might be light on one of them.
Old.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be okay to say that Solas created himself a continual lightstone during these few days that we spent recuperating?
Sure.
Okay.
I've given you a continual dark one.
Yeah, I have
conveniently
continual
physical, so-
darkstone, but I think I will also want to have continual lightstone.
Can I have a torch?
I mean, Higgimus, I've put the light on Higgimus so that you all should see light as long as
Yeah.
you stay near him.
Okay.
And those of you with infravision don't need him around anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Double check. Yeah, all players see light. Braxon, there is some glimmering of light down there, but it's hard to say. It's clearly not, like, right on it. And
Yeah.
you do not hear anything from below other than just, some minor echoing sounds that you would expect.
So Braxton thanks the lizardmen and says to Higgimus, thanks. You can put it down now.
All right, I'll put
We're
it
not
back.
going to bother with this until we're doing
We're
the
not going
upstairs
down that
first.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah, not going down that level. I'm guessing the other side is just leading to the other hallway. So
Yeah.
let's go back.
Do those lizardmen speak common?
They do.
Yeah.
Braxton says, if you hear any noises down there, can you ask for someone to let us know?
We will do so.
Thank you.
All right, and on the other side, you realize that there are more warehouses matching what you're seeing on the left.
Okay.
That warehouse does contain goods. It has food, water barrels, lumber, bundles of cloth, primarily sailcloth type materials. And there's a pair of Harwadi just kind of doing a bit of an inventory on the stuff.
No,
Oh, I just
Braxton
realised
says hello.
something.
Yeah, Lafdul?
It can wait till later, but it was something about the trident.
Okay.
Do the Huaiti speak common?
They do,
Braxton says
yes.
hello. Braxton says, one of our colleagues is quite good at dangerous boxes. If you find any dangerous boxes, we might be able to check them out for you.
This is all stuff that was that. These are all supplies for the ship. They've all been looked over, but those who kept the inventories before did not survive the revolution.
Yes.
So it needs to be re-inventoried.
Okay. I'll leave you to it then. Braxton's going to have a look around at the ceiling and stuff.
Lafdul wonders to himself if he could get a spirit to recount a stock take.
That would be a very good use of a Speak with Dead spell. Please give us an exact inventory of...
No. It'll be, what was your last stock take of this warehouse?
So, right here, there are some lizardmen guarding. There's also a Harwadi guarding over on that side. You can see right here spiral stairs going down into the lower levels, and this is the stair that went up.
Okay.
So you know that. And the lizardmen they're all guarding that. The stairs are blocked off as well with another iron plate.
The stairs going down?
Yeah.
Right. That's good. So they've got some blocks in place.
Yeah.
Sorry, I may have misheard this. Do we know what potentially what do these forges tend to be dedicated to a certain deity or something?
You haven't heard anything about the forges ahead of you.
No, I mean this whole complex.
Oh, the citadels.
Do they have a patron rather?
Why don't you ask Varadra?
Varadra would tell you that it is entirely dependent on the clan in question that owns and operates a citadel.
Does this one have any telltale signs so far?
This one, she would tell you that the image carved into the citadel is Hala Brightaxe. However, given the mission that you're on, it sounds like the clan itself was dedicated to Doomathoin primarily.
What's not Doomathoin, the other one? What was that? What was that deity's pantheon about vaguely? What was mine's about mischief, probably. Quick summary.
Hala Brightaxe is a deity of younger dwarves. She would tell you that it's
adventure.
Yeah, adventuring, but also being skilled at fighting as well. But less so than Clan Geddon. I'm actually looking her up right now, so I can tell you exactly what she is.
No, I'm just wondering because if I've got a feeling that this place was modelled after her, then there might be say if this, hypothetically saying this citadel was made carved out by some drow or whatever, and they dedicated it to Maskell. He's not Verhoon. The thieving one. Yeah, but the idea is that there might be a load of secret hidden stuff. It's a thieving one. So the idea is I'm trying to get a feel for.
Varadra would tell you that when dwarves carve a citadel, it is usually a masterwork, essentially a masterwork by one of their stone carvers. They one of them designs what it will eventually be, and what they design may be a deity, it may be a great hero, it might be an ancestor, it might just be an image that they thought of. There really is no connection between what it is carved. Sometimes there is, but in general, there's no connection between what a citadel is carved to look like and what the clan believes. So Hala Brightaxe is luck in battle, patron of dwarves who love to fight and who battle monsters, love of joy of battle, dwarven monster kills, dwarven fighter adventurers.
Oh, so that might have something to do with the upstairs about the lizard folk doing their trial things. They must have learned that off the dwarves. The dwarves might have done it previously.
The challenge to no one came back from the upper levels, so
but could that be because they?
Well, it wouldn't really be a trial though. Then, because a trial you are supposed to survive if you're good enough. It was more of, Axis would tell you, it was more of one of those stupid challenges that young, overconfident warriors will give to each other, or
get rid of rivals.
I dare you to do this incredibly stupid thing, and then the other one who is, not the type to ever back down when challenged would do, and it sometimes was a plot to get certain people killed, shall we say.
Hey,
basically,
I think I can take a bigger demon than you.
Her the way that the impression that you're getting is that the challenge is a completely stupid thing. Stupid individuals challenge each other to do stupid things, either maliciously or just out of pure stupidity.
Yeah, that's why I picked up on it and then instantly made a remark against Ockar.
If you want to take on the next giant demon on your own, then you're fully free to. And then I'll come in after it punches you in the face. and you run away screaming again.
You seem like an expert against demons. You seem to slay them without much effort, really.
It's part of being a paladin.
No, I'll leave the demon hunting to you.
So the large chamber in front of you, Radra would tell you, it was clearly the forge, that powered the citadel at one point. So there's a lot of individual forges in there. Varadra would also tell you, it certainly appears that these have been, these are non-functional. I think many of them would need to be replaced. I don't know if they could be repaired. I don't know enough about them, but most of them have been damaged and beyond current operation. And of course, only dwarves could use them anyway. It looks like many of them have been adapted into just regular forges. There's a couple lizardmen repairing minor metal items. And also some have been turned into cook fires.
Question for you, because I actually don't know. How do dwarven forges work?
Here comes an
Great
essay.
question.
So there's a lot of question on exactly why they work. But how they work is just the creative energy generated by dwarves working at the forges. And, I mean, it's not just forging items, but the forges themselves existing turns basically all manner of creative efforts of the dwarves into motive force.
Oh, is it like elven magic? Lafdul would comment to himself. He wonders.
I mean, this is something that you guys would know, like, just from being in space now.
Yeah.
Solas will study the remaining examples of dwarven forges.
It's a work jammer. You do work and the ship moves.
And, I mean, it's one of the reasons why citadels are always carved into shapes like the one that you saw, the face of a dwarf kind of thing. Because actually carving the asteroid and building the fortress on top, in addition to forging items, generates a motive force.
Okay. I guess do a search of the room, see if there's anything that could be of value.
Okay. It takes a while. And
You've
there
got a
Yep.
ring of fire resist. Can you just like search through the coals? You won't be burnt.
It still hurts.
Yeah, it doesn't. Not if you're immune to normal fires. Are these normal fires or magical
Yeah,
fires?
these are normal fires.
Yeah, you are immune to them.
Good.
Yeah, if you're
So I
wearing a
felt
ring of
good,
fire
but-
resistance, you're immune to that.
Just stick your hand to the coals and sift around.
It's just like warm coals to you.
Braxon doesn't want to climb in the fires, but he wants to see if there's.
You might want to take off your gloves though.
Yeah.
What was that, Braxton?
Braxton doesn't want to climb in the fires, but he wants to see if there's chimneys that take smoke upstairs.
There are.
Yeah.
Like, this is blocked off because that is a solid portion that draws the
Yeah.
smoke into the central chimney.
It's
So-
an alternate way in. Laughter would say. Nods to himself.
Yeah, well, it might be a way to get upstairs.
It's also a fast way to get barbecued.
I mean, there's stairs
Yeah.
up there too.
Yeah.
It's always nice to know about the last resorts.
These cubbies around the sides, they hold the remains of some straw bedding, which are being pulled out and cleaned up. Looks like that's where some of the Haredi were, slept, forced to sleep
Right.
as they worked.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they appear to have been storage chambers, either for raw materials or finished products, but none of that remains.
Well, looks like they got some more cots now to distribute.
That they do. All right.
There's a lot.
Looking through the room, there you don't find anything of nature, but you'll generally have to tell me what you're searching, rather than just search the room.
Is there...
There's another side to the fires. Oh, and the chimneys are in the middle.
Yeah.
So can we see through from one side of the fires to the other side?
No, it's solid in the... I mean, when you're up here, you can't see the bottom side, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, it's blocked off for a reason.
Okay.
All right. In that case,
We reached a small corridor before we came in this room. Maybe we should go back and carry on searching there so we don't miss any rooms.
yeah, we will. I'll ask the Herwady. They're here, kind of working the fires.
Mm-hmm.
If they know if anything was disposed in here, like anything that might have been of value at one point.
The Herwady would tell you that they're not aware of anything like that.
In that case, let's continue on, I guess.
These rooms were just just coal and wood that was taken from ships was used to fire the run the fires and stuff.
Braxon asked the Herwady if they ever hear any unusual noises coming down the chimneys.
They would tell you that they can't think of any. They don't recall hearing anything unusual. But it is pretty noisy.
Right.
Like, I mean, you can hear lizard men. I mean, they're talking in here. The room is large, so there is a little bit of an echo. You can imagine the cacophony that would be sounding if all of these were operating at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, furnaces and forges make noise on themselves even when they are operating. So this room would be quite loud.
All right. What's in this? What'd you say were in these alcoves?
There was straw bedding. I mean, there's still some left in some of them, but they're clearly being cleaned out. The Herwady would tell you that that's where some of them were forced to sleep.
Okay.
But otherwise, they used to be storage chambers, either for raw materials or finished products.
Okay. Let's go back out here and head left.
Okay.
Those doors.
So that door appears to be locked. If you try it.
Okay. Did we pick up some keys?
You did.
All right. Let's try the keys.
Okay. None of the keys you have work. Axis following behind you tells you, we have never been able to open that. It seems like it is just a storage room. I believe that no one bothered trying too much after everyone settled in. The door also appears to be swollen and stuck, in addition to being
stuck as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Expanded.
Does it open inwards or outwards?
Inwards.
If it's swollen, I'm not even going to bother trying to unlock. Could I undo the hinges or something?
Well,
no, the hinges are on the inside, so
Can I try to open it?
you're gonna try to bash it.
You got a pry bar, aren't you?
Lewa has memorized a knock spell.
Yeah, I've got knock, but I don't use it.
Knock will not open a stuck door.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I'm not trying to lock it either.
She also has passwall,
Oh my god.
in case we really want to work our way through.
All right, Higgimus, you hurl yourself at the door, slam your shoulder into it, and it groans but does not give way. The combination of it being swollen and the lock just defeat your attempt. It's a very sturdy door.
Braxon
Well,
says, "Hang on a minute. Let me have a go." There's a handle on the door, yeah.
Yes.
So Braxon wants to turn the handle and see if it returns back to normal.
It's just a handle. Like, it's for pulling the door closed, not... It doesn't have a knob.
Oh, it's not a handle for turning to open.
It's not a knob, no.
The mechanism. All right. Braxton wants to lie on his back and kick the door open with his feet, which he thinks will allow him to hit the door a bit harder.
You could get like Higgimus or Ockar to brace you as you kick it.
No, he's lying on his back on the floor.
Yeah, you still slide along the floor a bit. If someone
I'm trying to
holds
figure
you
out
up,
where you guys are on the map.
we went down.
Lower left.
Okay.
Outside the big room.
Right. D20?
Yep.
Do I get any pluses
No.
for technique?
Nope.
Oh! 15. So I'm going for...
You're close to your skull there.
if this doesn't work, I have a crowbar that Higgimus
I'll give
can
it a
pull
shot.
where
If
is it?
Higgimus can't open it, then Braxon and
Ockar's been
Ockar are
strong.
not gonna
I have
Yeah.
18 strength.
oh,
feels
that's
he's
true. All right,
really
yeah, you could.
strong.
But even so, he has 20 strength, and he wasn't able to get it.
I can still try.
All right.
So Lars with his strength 6 could open it.
Alright, so open door is 9. No, Braxton just thought his technique might work.
Afterwards,
get
just say it's technique, not brute force.
Yeah.
Is it a wooden door?
It is a wooden door. Yes.
Stone. Is it? Oh, I thought it was stone.
No, it's wood.
Okay.
That's why it's
Braxton-
swollen.
Just bash through it.
Braxton's
Yeah.
got a tried and tested lie on your back and kick it technique.
Roll D20. Okay.
I'm just looking
So,
up the. I'm just bringing up the strength table. So I gotta get a 11 or below, I believe, for an 18.
You are so. It's if there's a number in parentheses, that's the number that you want to get below. If there isn't a number in parentheses, then you have no chance.
Then I have no chance.
Okay.
All right. I try my
Cool.
crowbar.
Could Leva use her pass wall to get through?
You could. You would. It would be up here, but you might want to let. I mean, it's a wooden door. You guys can, with time, hack it apart with axes or something.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
No point in you wasting spells for this.
Yeah, try
You
my
just
crowbar.
Yeah, real fast. Braxon, give me an intelligence check, please.
carpenter. You just pull apart the parts.
14.
That's your score.
Oh, intelligence 14.
Braxon, you know that the rod you have can extend pretty quickly.
Oh, yes. Yeah. All right. So, and the door is there.
Yeah.
You're gonna try and pierce through.
Okay. So, Braxton's going to ask Higgimus and Ockar to move so he can put the other end of the rod up against this wall. And then... Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of going at it diagonally.
Yeah, going diagonally, but it means he can brace it so that it pushes there, and it's the left side, the bit that opens.
I mean, it doesn't really matter that much.
Well, he doesn't want to push at the hinges. He wants to push at the side that'll open, and he's going to go for next to the door handle.
It opens facing the door. It opens the hinges are on the right.
Yeah, okay. So he'll ping this corner, and he'll ping that corner and try and line that up when the rod opens.
Okay, give me a d20. Okay, so you brace the rod and push the button to extend it quickly, and it slams into the door, and with a splintering crunch, the lock mechanism tears out and it pops open, swinging inwards.
Right. Okay. Okay, Braxon's going to stop the thing extending.
Okay.
That was a pretty smart plan there, Braxon.
Did your rod sound like it was going to break at all?
It did not.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever tried to open doors with it before.
Yeah, I know. It's just
Yeah.
observation.
So, it seems more reliable than that lockpick you lent me earlier. I mean, that just fell apart.
Lafdul raises an eyebrows and remembers to do something to Braxon later on today.
Okay, Braxton's going to the room. Well, he would do if the room was.
Yeah, all
Ta-da.
All right, so inside the room, you find crates and boxes lining the walls.
Yeah.
Do these look like new ones or old ones?
They're all old. The Axis told you that the lizardmen had never been able to get into that room, and they didn't really care.
So it predates the lizardmen.
Yeah.
Cool. Are there any markings on them?
No, none that you see.
Braxton says, "Hey, Lafdul, do you want to open some boxes? You like opening things."
They're basically storage crates, so
if they're
Higgimus's
crates,
crowbar.
just get crowbar.
Yeah, Higgimus's crowbar could be useful.
All right, I'll start opening them up. See what we got.
Okay. You start popping the lids on them, and there appear to be tools and ingots of metal in some of them. The ones that you start opening.
What type of metal?
Looks like mostly iron. There's a few copper ingots as well.
Iron, copper ingots?
Was this a
yep.
tetrahedrite mine?
No.
Lafdul's no minerals.
And the tools are just metalworking and mining tools. Although you notice that a lot of them are pretty heavily corroded with time and moisture.
Moisture, they're sealed.
But the iron and copper ingot?
They weren't like sealed. The copper, I mean, many of the copper ingots are green with age, but if that's scraped off or if they're melted down, that would probably be fine. Some of the iron ones are rusted as well, but otherwise they might be able to be melted down.
Braxton says, "This dodgy green metal might contaminate lizardmen. We better take it away and make it safe." And winks at Higgimus.
We're just going to take it.
I mean, it's up to you guys.
Yep, I got it on my list.
Okay. Do you want to get some of your crew to come in and cart them? Axis would tell you that she doesn't really care about raw materials, and she'll look at some of the tools and say that they look in bad shape and unusable. So
yeah,
tools.
I won't. Won't take the tools.
Well,
Braxton wants tools.
You can basically treat those tools as scrap metal.
I don't think we do.
Scrap metal.
Are there no tools that are salvageable?
There are some. I mean, do you want to literally open up every box and crate?
Yeah, I mean, there's about 2 or 3 of us that do stuff.
I mean,
it's up to you guys.
Yeah,
our crew basically go through them.
Okay.
Do any of them look like they're in good condition, oddly enough? Is there one that's just, weirdly enough, has survived the rust?
Not amongst, you don't find, a crate that has one good tool out of a whole bunch of bad ones. Basically, if any of the tools in a crate are degraded, then they all are.
No, but it's a telltale sign of something that's magical.
Yeah.
It would have survived.
Braxton says there might be a nail +1 in here.
The crates that are lower down and surrounded by others, the tools and ingots in those tend to be in better shape.
Ah.
And some of those are salvageable.
So the moisture's come through the door and right the outer tools. Yeah.
There's also there is a ventilation system in this place.
Yeah, they would need something with forges.
Right. And they are metalworking tools, right?
Metalworking and mining tools.
Well, let's have a look through the crate. If everything looks rubbish, then we don't need it. And if it looks salvageable, we can take the whole crate. Braxon can go through it on the ship.
I mean, can't our crew basically take care of going through the crates?
Yeah.
I doubt it will be. Our lizardmen friends would have anything against it.
On some of the better condition ones, were there any hallmarks or anything like trademarks, craftsmanship?
Varadra would point to some, but they don't mean anything to you.
They
They don't really mean anything to her either. They're old and unfamiliar to her.
Do you want one as a keepsake?
Varadra?
We're taking the ones that are good.
But Braxon is suggesting that you just move them all to your ship and then go through them, and then have.
No, he wasn't.
Right? You were.
He was saying if the crate looks like all the tools are rotted, we just put it to one side. You were saying the middle ones at the bottom were in better condition.
Someone suggested just having the crew go through it all, right?
Yeah, I said that our crew can go through them and we can continue exploring.
I mean, the crew.
Do you want to do that?
Bored, aren't they?
Yeah, okay. Braxton will say to the crew, if anything looks like it might be salvageable, please bring it. We can all throw it away later.
I mean, we do have probably dwarves in our crew that might know things better than we do.
I love that.
Actually, hold on. That does remind me. In the fighting, the dwarves and the Giff, none of them died, but they got pretty beaten up, so they've been recuperating. And I meant to mention this earlier. Your ship did take 4 more hull points of damage from the attack in the process.
Cool. Is someone doing that, or shall I do it?
Well, let's do it.
Right, so we were on 49 hull points. So now we're on 45. That's a load of work to do.
All right, so as the crew is pulling some.
Ald.
Yep.
The guy who's our other ship's carpenter, is he one of the people that was injured?
You have 2 ship's carpenters. No, they were not injured significantly.
Right, so they can be working on the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe you have. Do you have 2 ship's carpenters or just 1?
2.
2?
I thought it was 2 including Braxon, but I might be wrong.
No, 2 and then Braxon.
Right.
Okay.
You're like Sid, and then we have a Biggs and Wedge.
All right. As the so you get some of your crew to come in and start moving the crates out. Yes.
I was just asked whether any spells use rust, and I have no idea. None of the ones I have use rust, but are there any spells that use rust?
Probably. I don't know offhand.
Ha! But you're the all-knowing.
The rust wouldn't be something very hard to come by.
That's true.
Yeah.
What about old rust like it's lying around here?
I mean, it might be useful if you want to collect some. I mean, you'll have all the crates on the ship, so they can easily be collected.
You can scrape some rust off if you care to research it.
Yeah.
As the crates have been pulled out, you do
Fall apart.
see that in the far back corner, under basically everything, there was a small metal chest.
Oh.
Well, that's interesting.
Let's have a look at that.
Okay, it definitely appears to have a lock on it.
Oh,
Okay.
Lafdul.
It might even be trapped.
Can I check for traps?
No. I don't think you can.
Well,
Really?
he's asked
I
to
don't-
now, so it's going to attack him.
You know, Lafdul's already lost one lockpick to Braxon. He's not risking. If you want your own lockpicks, get your own.
Oh, okay. In that case, no.
No,
I'll let the expert deal with this.
Oh yeah, I
Our
see. how it
locksmith.
is.
Braxton's going to step just outside the room.
I'll go carry on exploring while I open this because it'll take a while, like 10 minutes or something. Lafdul
Yeah.
just sits down, works on.
You don't want to. You don't
I'm
want
not
to
gonna
stay
take
outside in case he tries to eat you.
Yeah, I'll be right here just in case.
It's back in this corner, by the way.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
So are you
gonna check it?
are you there with him, Leva?
I am gonna
Yes.
search for traps. I'm just killing time searching for traps while they're exploring.
All right. What is your chance?
90, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yep.
It does appear that there is a mechanical trap on that.
Oh, fascinating.
Well, it was
Actually,
pretty
Higgimus
obvious.
open this.
It was pretty obvious that it would have trap.
Oh, since when are you an expert voice that comes out of nowhere?
While he's doing the trap, can I explore the next room?
Yep. Door's locked.
I think we need to
Okay.
do same thing that we did to previous door.
And what about this room over here?
Door is also locked.
Same for this room?
You don't have a light, but no, you can see inside there.
I have a torch.
All right.
I will light the torch and look inside.
Right. Well, so again, this is getting back to what I was saying earlier. Of I can't do two things at once. So
Yeah, Lafdul
No,
might have
wait.
said us to go exploring, but don't do that because Alt has to.
I have to
concentrate
tell
on
you what's
the
going
thing.
on while also handling the trap. So
Sorry, I'll wait.
That's why I'm not doing anything. I'm just waiting around. For
right.
when
So
he's not around.
you've detected the trap. What are you doing?
Mechanical trap. That's very the likelihood of it being poisoned is very low. If it is poisoned, yeah, I'll just attempt to disarm it.
Okay.
Mechanical.
You know when you said
I
Lafdul wants
wait,
some
wait,
more
wait, wait,
poison?
wait. Which? Hang on, let me check something. My character. Which hand do I have my ring of regeneration on? It's my left hand. I'm pretty sure I have it on my left hand because I use the right hand with the lockpick. Yeah,
You need both hands to
I
remove
know.
traps and pick
It's
locks.
slightly more likely of it being on my right hand than my left.
This is when it's a mimic and it eats both of Lafdul's hands.
All right. So you're
Nice.
removing the trap, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. It appears to be some sort of sprayer, and
Sprayer. Oh god.
you notice where the spray comes out of. So you basically very carefully stand to the side.
Wait, could I not contain the spray into a vial?
You could try it.
Yeah.
Okay. And you set
if
it off.
Looks like it's gonna. If it looks like I'm gonna get compromised too much, then I'm gonna try and back off if I can, like tumble out of the way.
Well, I was gonna. I mean, like the.
I mean, it looks like it's gonna be a safe disarm, but I was just
gonna
trying to.
put you into a position where you were setting it off so it didn't spray on anyone, whatever it is.
Yeah. Wow. Into a vial.
But well, I mean, you don't know how much would be coming out, and you would have to put something in the path of whatever it is, like a limb.
I've.
I'll let you
Got
do that if
reach.
you want. If you want to do
Yeah, because Lafdul's doing poison research, so.
Okay.
He's got neutralized poison memorized.
I mean,
but if
isn't
I
it-
die
isn't-
instantly.
I mean, is it the best way to research poison? Experience it yourself.
Yeah, Lafdul has to test these things. I'm
Yes,
doing
the
this with
ring
my
of
right
re-
hand.
Yes,
Left
the
hand
ring
has
of
regen.
regeneration training.
All right, so you attempt to capture whatever the spray is in a vial.
In a metal vial.
And far more comes out than you expected.
All right, I let go of the vial and I just let it spray out somewhere.
And unfortunately, doing so, you were still caught in the spray. So give me a saving throw versus breath weapon, please.
Save versus breath. Do I get any kind of advantage for my saving throw for being only partially affected?
You get your dexterity adjustment, defense adjustment.
1d. Does my armor help?
No.
Ah.
Save versus poorly thought out plan.
Hang on, what's my dexterity adjustment? It's +2, isn't it?
Defense adjustment?
Defense adjustment's +4 on mine. Reactions +2.
Defense adjustment.
+4. Oh, well, you know. Well, I don't know why I rolled that. It's minus. Right. Oh, was it +4 or minus?
Yeah, it's
+4.
Remember. It's +4 because it's a bonus to your roll.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to get high. All right. So you were apparently thinking that the spray was poison. The spray is actually acid. And it is clearly coming out way more than expected. I am going to say that you would have told Leva to stand outside of the room.
Yeah.
Because it was a pretty big spray. But you pull back in time to only suffer some damage.
Ouch. Can Braxon pour some water over Lafdul if he comes out the room?
Lafdul is just going to be muffled and like, oh god, this is embarrassing.
6 points of damage.
Lafdul.
So you have a extremely painful acid burn on basically your wrist and arm for 6 points of damage.
I cast Cure Light Wounds on it.
Okay.
You may also want to think about catching acid in a metal container.
Yeah, it
Just
doesn't
saying.
work. It doesn't work.
Yeah, glass container would work better.
Well, also, like
I didn't know what it was going to be.
Right, you didn't. But a vial would definitely not have held this stuff. It is. It was a lot. All right, so you regain 4 hit points. The trap has been disarmed. It has sprayed out everything, and now you can pick the lock if you want.
Lafdul.
Braxon says, how did they get that much acid in there?
I don't know, but it sounds like something that I'm going to copy at some point.
Okay. So you're going to pick the lock?
Yep.
All right. Yeah? What?
Nothing. There, Karen.
Okay. It is a masterful lock. You have seen few of its complexity in your experience.
Masterful.
What's your chance to pick?
I wouldn't, because I would save it until I have...
You're already picking. You don't realize how good it is until you start picking.
There's no way to get a feel for it.
Not really.
Alright, 90.
No, this lock is beyond you.
I use my knock power on it.
Okay. You hear the lock snick and unlock.
I give a thank you to Aravan. He's kind of letting...
All right.
Begrudgingly, but grateful still.
You open up the lift the lid. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. The metal chest has very thick walls, and you realize that
they led.
No, it looks like something like steel.
Oh.
Maybe a mixture of
An alloy.
yeah, something that you're not entirely familiar with. But it is extremely heavy. But the sides are very thick. But you also suspect that there is a series of tubes inside the walls of the chest, and that's what held the acid.
I think Lafdul would like this chest. Not the contents, the actual chest.
Yeah, if only you had a key for it.
You can get keys made given enough time.
Yeah, you could try that. Inside are some very small ingots of silvery metals. 2 different types of silvery metals.
Oh.
They look like my armor. No, wait, no, it wouldn't.
Give me a intelligence check.
Wouldn't it be appraisal?
Nope.
Yeah, well, my score is
Because of what you just
13.
asked for.
I can't use an horizon for it. Could I? The one that gives you +1 to your
Well,
Yeah, you can. You can use an
If
horizon for
it's
that.
2 different
I
silver,
forgot what it is called though. I know there is one that does that.
That's fine if you had one memorized.
I had 9 memories. I don't specify, but I do.
You do need to specify in the future, but that's fine for now. Since you talked about having that.
Alright, well, it'd be +1. So
It would be -1 because you're trying to get under.
Oh. 1d20 minus 1. What the hell's my score?
Yes, some of them look like the metal in your armor.
Oh, do dwarves know how to make mithril?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Elves can make... Well, I'll talk about
Elves
it later.
make that elven chain, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, mithril is a natural ore.
I say there's mithril ingots in here. I'd say to the party.
And what's in your appraisal is 13?
Yeah.
The other ones appear to be platinum. There's a total of 10 of each.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. That's quite a haul.
Yeah, considering 10 mithril, 10 platinum
Ingots.
Small
Oh
ingots.
wow, mithril.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it reminded me of my armor.
I'm
Now-
half tempted.
That amount of mithril would be good for like a short sword. That's how small the ingots are.
Huh.
But
Well, if
they
you
are
want-
valuable.
If you want, when we get to brawl, you could ask my father to try to turn that into a weapon for you.
Well, it's not mine. It's the party's treasure.
Yeah.
I mean, Solas could have like a mithril quill, or Lever could have a mithril book cover or something. I don't know.
Braxon could have a
Solas, yeah.
mithril chisel.
But wouldn't it
Yeah.
be more useful to turn it into a mithril weapon? Because
Wouldn't you want like, a mithril holy symbol?
not really.
Wow.
That'd be too extravagant.
Yeah, but you've done extravagant things, so it's not reward enough for your service.
No. Why would I want to be too flashy? I'm a paladin. We're supposed to be humble.
Yeah, I know, but mithril's like has a higher potency, I suppose. Maybe magic works better for it.
What about the mithril pistol?
He wants it adamantine.
Okay,
But
I'm
you
back.
can
I'm sorry.
But you can get mithril bullets made.
Yeah.
What's up now?
We found 10 mithril ingots and 10 platinum ingots.
We're debating
that's
on what
nice.
we want to do with the mithril ingots. If we want to turn it into a
Yeah,
short
you
sword,
know.
turn it into some random item, or make bullets for you.
Well, you'll have plenty of time to debate that later. So the next
Yeah.
door is locked.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for a helpful thief to come unlock it.
Thief?
The
Who's
door.
that?
The door does not appear to be swollen.
Alright, I attempt to detect traps on this one because we seem to have run into a trap, so the likelihood of everything else being trapped.
You do not detect any traps on that door.
I turn the handle. I'll pull the door open.
The door is locked.
Oh, I attempt
That's
to
why
open
we
the
need
lock.
you.
I attempt to pick it.
All right. The lock appears to be, and the door itself appears to be more recent construction. So you'd guess it's Lizardman creations. And it's not a particularly difficult lock. You hear the snick as it is unlocked, and you can push the door open.
Since Higgimus has got the gloves, he's very keen. I take him on as a honorary student. I try to give him pointers. If he wants.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's really going to help unless he takes thief levels.
Yeah, it's role-playing.
Yeah.
I say, well, after you, Warriors, you like going in head first.
All right, I'll take a look.
Okay.
Braxon says to Lafdul, I just got that. Very funny.
The room has some old dwarven furniture. It appears to have been a sitting room or something similar. The furniture is in bad shape and has not really been replaced. Axis would tell you that one of the captains of one of the wasps stayed in that room when he was here. When the wasp was docked.
Is there a bunk?
No, there's another room.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's take a look. Is there anything of value in this room?
Nothing that you see.
Desks or tables? Okay, no.
No. The
Just
furniture
straight through.
looks like it was once comfortable, but it's kind of broken down. And it's clearly of dwarven make, not like stuff taken from pirated vessels.
Alright, while people are going around through the next room, I'm just going to be... Actually, is the next... Is this...
That door is locked, yes.
Oh,
this
that
door
door's
that
locked.
we went through?
No, the one that Lafdul just moved up to.
Oh, okay. How about we, once again...
Yeah, we got
It takes me time to open a lock, that's why.
So you're going to go start picking that one?
I search for traps while they're in there.
Okay. So you're going to go search for traps and then pick it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All
it
right.
gives them time to search around the room if they want to search for hidden compartments.
That's fine. All right. So the bed in that room, Higgimus, it is clearly not of dwarven make. You'd guess that it was taken from another vessel. And it's in good shape. It's well made, well kept. The rest of the furniture is also dwarven, and that furniture is in pretty good condition.
Oh. So is this room less stuffy?
No, it just looks like the stuff was cared for more than the stuff in the outer room.
So I guess I could just have to pick the decent furniture.
Yeah.
All right, Braxton's going to look under the bunk, and then he'll look under the drawers after Higgimus has opened it.
Pick the letter.
Okay. You do not find anything of note.
Braxton doesn't, or everybody doesn't?
Anyone searching those rooms does not find anything of note.
Okay. Let's take the furniture.
Wow.
It's in good condition, but it's not particularly valuable. And it is furniture. The lizardmen might want it.
Okay.
I thought Braxton was a scrounger. Yeah, I mean that's another bunk for their people.
All right. Was there any cabinets or anything like that we can do some extra searching on, see if there's any hidden compartments of that sort?
Braxton said that he was looking through that stuff and didn't find anything.
Lafdul. You mentioning anything to Lafdul?
What was that? Two people were talking. Are you mentioning that to Lafdul?
Yeah.
Okay, Lafdul.
Try. How are those things attached to the table? They just nailed on
What things attached to what table?
legs.
Oh,
table.
yeah, they're
Just oh, they're not scrolls.
no.
All right, never mind. There goes that idea.
Nothing under the bed or anything like that either.
No. Braxon checked under there.
All right.
Is it hollow?
Varadra would, after looking around, she would tell you that, based on some of the symbology in the room, that it appears to have been the quarters for the chant leader, and she would describe that as someone who would lead a chant with the dwarves working if they need to work in unison.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Lafdul, you are working on that door.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Your chance to find traps
90
is
and 90.
90 for both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You do detect that there is a trap. It looks like you have to lift the handle a certain way. You notice that it moved oddly compared to the other ones that you've been at. And you're guessing that when you open it, you have to lift this handle the right way as you're opening the door.
What kind of... I look above me, I look below me to see if any's like loose.
You can't see anything outside.
I assume that's what I would be doing, looking for like something that could attack me externally from the door.
Yeah. But you don't see anything outside. You suspect that whatever it does is inside. And then you're gonna pick it.
I say clear out the way. It's trapped.
You
Have to
need to
disarm.
pick it first. Pick the
All
lock.
right, I pick the lock.
Okay. That was a very bad lock. It was
Broken.
like it was just really crude, really easy. Like you feel like you could have done that in your sleep, and easily unlock it.
Hang on. You say the lock's corroded or anything?
No, it's just
Oh.
piss poor quality, like super cheap.
All right,
You would probably tell Higgimus that a baby could do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't recommend it. It's trapped. But, yeah.
All right,
I'm
so
going to attempt to disarm if you want to move out the way.
well,
He knows this might be the end of
you
pull
know that
for.
if you lift the handle, it doesn't set off the trap. Like that's what you realize.
You never know.
Okay.
Yeah, Lafdul will attempt to open the door in a secure way.
Okay, you do so, and you notice on the inside of the door, the handle is attached to a thick line that would pull a stick
Metal?
above the door and drop a stone block on anyone entering. But since you lifted the handle in the right way, it didn't trigger, and you easily
How
go
is that
in
line not? Is that line metal?
No, it's just thick, sturdy twine.
That survived for hundreds of years.
No, this is also a newer door and lock.
All right.
I doubt dwarves would have had such a crude locks.
Yeah, it's definitely a not dwarven design. Sorry,
I say,
should mention
Higgimus, can you remove that rock? You know, now it's an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah, will that not trigger the trap or anything?
that. Now that you know it, it's easy to disarm.
Okay.
Yes, just pull the rock out.
Yeah.
All right.
So the rock is the trap.
Yes.
Yeah, falling on the head. Nasty.
I'll remove the rock.
Yeah, it was pretty big and heavy rock. You definitely would not have wanted that to fall on your head.
What's the rock look like?
Yeah, it's a rock.
It's a loose block from this citadel.
Okay, so there's a hole where the rock came out.
Oh, you gotta find where the rock came from.
Braxon wants to go in and have a look at this the hole.
No, this is all new construction above the door. They took a block from someplace else.
Yeah, but the block must have been sitting somewhere to stay up there.
Yeah, it was sitting on a basically on a board that if you didn't lift the handle the right way,
right. Got
as
you.
the door
So
opened, it would pull the stick out, drop the board and the block on your head.
Right, got you. So I thought it was in a slot or something.
It's a very simple trap.
What is it with these people trapping everything?
It's like one is a dwarven thing, and one is just this block over the door.
Yeah, I know, right?
There's no these people trapping things.
These are dwarves, lizardmen. They're all the same, right? They're not elves.
Wow,
That's
you're sounding an awful lot like a Drakon there.
So what's that door? That door goes back in the forge room, does it?
Yeah.
Braxton's going to go back in.
Okay. So, Higgimus, this chamber, you can see that there's a lot of hooks on the walls. Old and kind of corroded. It looks like they you immediately recognize them as the types of hooks that you'd have on the wall to hold up weapons for display purposes.
Oh.
Does Higgimus mention this?
Empty now.
Yeah.
Braxton wants to go in and look at the wall to see if there's any dirt stains where we can see the outline of the weapons that were here.
No, there's nothing like that.
Right.
All right. This other door here, is that an actual door?
Yeah, and it's open.
Oh,
Open.
Braxton's just had an idea. He says to Higgimus, what if there were invisible weapons hanging up on the walls?
They wouldn't last that long.
So he's going to put his hand where the weapon would be.
All right.
Try and pick up an invisible weapon.
So you check all of the hooks. You don't feel any invisible weapons in any of them.
Right. So Braxton picks up the non-existent invisible weapon.
There's nothing to pick
It
up.
comes out and says to Lafdul, "There's invisible weapons in there."
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got myself an invisible axe.
So Solas just makes a note about Braxon's deteriorating mental health.
Lafdul, give me
Yeah.
a wisdom check.
No. Laughter will be
No. Give me a wisdom check. I'm gonna if it's successful, I'm gonna give you some information, or I might give you some information.
It is by one.
Okay. Lafdul, you notice that the way that Braxon is moving, there's no weight to what he's holding.
Yeah, Laughter was like, yeah, come at me then. You're a magical, invisible super weapon, yeah?
Come at you.
Yeah.
Well, you got a shield or something.
Yeah, Laughter will draw his short sword out. I'll parry it.
Okay. Braxton's gonna swing his invisible weapon at Lafdul and make a clanging noise.
Oh, Laughter's going to play into it and pretend to slap him on the side of his head. Oh, sorry, I thought you were attacking me. He's not actually going to hurt him, but...
Well, you think slapping someone on the side of the head doesn't hurt? Give me a 1d6.
No, I wasn't actually trying to hit him hard. All
right, Braxton,
So
you
we
take
haven't-
1 point of temporary damage.
We haven't triggered any traps yet, have we?
We have
I mean,
triggered the trap of Braxon.
Lafdul just disarmed one.
Oh, good.
Braxon is a trap.
You know, Lafdul's getting a lot of thief XP this week.
So, Higgimus, are you going to go into that other room? You see a bed in there.
Yeah. See a bed?
Yeah.
Just a bed?
Well, I mean, you were just in the doorway when I said that.
Okay.
In one corner of the room, this corner, you see what you think is some sort of small shrine.
Roger might know. Oh, wait.
Axis would tell you that one of the members of a wasp quartered in these rooms when the ship was docked.
Is this, I'll ask Axis, is this the shrine to the fake god?
She points to the desiccated lizard claw in the center of it and says, "Yes, that is the symbol of the heretic."
Alright, I'll smash it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smashing it, you do see that behind on the table that it was resting on, but behind it there was a small sack, small leather sack.
Oh, I'll take a look at that.
Okay. It appears to hold a few coins, not many, 8 silver pieces and 13 copper pieces.
And how many copper?
13.
Okay.
Axis says that I have heard from some of my other folk that the priest who lived here didn't particularly like the room, said that it was haunted, always had bad dreams in this chamber.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh. With that note, I go in the room and I cast Thought Capture.
You had that memorized?
Yep. I
Okay.
did. I wasn't actually going to use it for that, but you kind of sprung it on me to use it.
Okay.
I was going to use Detect Evil Intent inside the room.
Let me,
so Lafdul is going to
Did you
detect
actually prepare
Ockar's thoughts.
something for this? Or have
I
just...
did not prepare for you casting that spell, so I need to think about what that would be. No, I didn't think about that spell. I didn't think about that spell.
I'm using Detect Evil Intent as well because because it allows me to detect undead.
Okay. You detect a slight emanation of evil from the wrecked shrine, but that's about it.
The only evil in here is from the shrine.
Yeah, and Higgimus beat you to it.
I'm not mad about that. I'm just saying a fact.
He's a little mad. After matters under his breath.
So I'm just trying to look for something that I could give you as an appropriate thought. I've got an idea of what it would give. I just need to see the details. What I wrote here.
You said the place was haunted, so I was like, oh, well,
Well, I said that the lizard man who, quote unquote, lived there felt it was haunted. I mean, could have just been crazy.
Oh, I need to research the detect spirit spell because.
Yeah. You pick up a thought, and it's kind of a mixture of a visual thought and a little bit more, and it's like the thought is looking down on this lizard man coming in every so often and sleeping and then leaving, and just this feeling of intense disgust towards this lizard man.
There might be a haunted dwarf around after all matters. You might want to. I don't know. I say to Roger, you might have to say a prayer to something here. Try and cleanse the area. I think there is a spirit here.
She begins. She comes in, begins praying, and then her eyes snap open with a gasp, and she looks above the door and says, "There's something up there. I can feel it."
I'll take a look.
She, before you can even do that, she's like rushing over and pushing a piece of furniture so that she can stand on it and reach above the door.
Mm-hmm.
And she lets out a gasp as you see her fingers clearly pass over something that is unseen above the door. And she says, "There is something here.
Oh.
No.
It feels like a hammer."
It was invisible.
I'm
That
gonna
would
see
appear
if
to
I
be the
can
case.
reach and grab it since I'm pretty tall.
Well, I mean,
Well,
she's
she's grabbing
touching it. She says, "I can't remove it from the wall. I don't know why."
Let me. You guys have anything that could try to get this hammer off the wall?
Maybe the right sort of person needs to touch it.
If anyone, that would have been Roger, surely.
Let me try touching it.
Is it like a tool hammer?
No, she says it's a warhammer.
Oh.
What happens when the paladin touches it?
Nothing. You can feel it there. But
Does it feel good to you? Doesn't he have a sense for feeling good things?
no, he doesn't have that kind of sense.
I'm not picking up anything from the detectable intent from it.
You did not pick up any evil intent inside this room other than a slight emanation from that shrine.
Braxon says, well, I'm quite good at picking up invisible tools.
Hey, do you
Okay,
think
yeah.
that hammer's intelligent? I got a thought from it, so maybe it's not. I got a thought of loathing and contempt for the lizard folk that was here. Maybe that's an intelligent hammer.
So we can't see the hammer, or we can see the hammer.
You cannot see a hammer above the door.
You can. Oh, is it
Braxton-
physically there though?
You can see Viradra's hands moving over it, and Ockar definitely felt it.
Is there anything behind where the hammer is?
The
Written on the
wall.
Right. Okay, Braxton's going to go into the room, and he's going to say in Dwarven, "Greetings, invisible hammer. Please reveal yourself to me." And then he's going to try putting his hand up there to see if he can grab it.
You can touch it just like Ockar can, but trying to pull it off the wall, it doesn't budge.
Braxton's going to put both his hands around the hammer on like the bit you can hold. And he's going to lift his feet off the floor and see what happens.
Yank it off.
You hang from this hammer attached to the wall that
Braxton
you can't see.
says, "This is kind of cool. Do you think we can...
You could do exercises on that.
Yeah. Do you think we could carve a part of the wall off to take it with us?"
Hang on.
Wait, do you think it's like that dagger that Lafdul had, where you say a command word and it just hangs in the air?
You mean my short sword?
Yeah,
It's
that.
when I let go of it. It hangs. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's like that? But in this case, you need a command word to like get to move.
Braxton wants to go get some
Well, we
dust.
can't see. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Put some dust over
Braxton's
it.
going to
make it
hop
visible.
down and get some dust and put some dust on it and see if it's revealed.
You go into the forge room and get like a
Ash.
like a bucket of ash or something, and come back in and sprinkle over it. Doing so, you see that there are clearly some clasps attaching it to the wall.
Oh.
Oh.
See,
Right.
I was going to use bat sense, but there's more practical ways.
Braxton's going to see if he can open the clasps.
I'll try to help open
Wait,
the
is
clasp
it
as well.
trapped?
Yeah, he's not thought of that.
No,
He
no.
just thinks an invisible hammer.
I mean,
Yeah,
last time
the joke has turned into reality. He wants.
You know
to get
what's funny is that last time you started fiddling things, you become blind. And that was one of our first adventures.
It doesn't matter. Braxton's doing it.
Isn't it a dagger
So
or finger?
you can't find any way to flip the clasp, unclasp it, or anything like that. You can't. Since you can't actually see it, you can only basically see the shape. You can't see any seams or obvious locks or a latch that just flip it kind of thing. You can't see how this operates.
Can we try to break the glass?
Can Solas try to study if he could figure out if there is some kind of mechanic or if it's magical lock?
Like, could somebody hand me a hammer and chisel, and I could try to break off the glass?
It's like sacrilege.
All right, so first, with regards to breaking it, you could try it. With regards to seeing the mechanism, because you've just kind of coated it with the dust, with ash, you don't see any mechanism.
Has anyone tried searching this room for a hidden button that...
You could try doing that while I attempt to break the clasp open.
Don't try and break the clasp open. Try and break the...
That'll be a last resort.
Try and break the things that are holding it on the wall, so you don't
That's the
hit
clasp.
Yeah, but the other end. The end away from the weapon.
It might be screwed on or something. You can unscrew it.
Yeah.
But I don't see screws.
Well, have you tried searching for screws?
Given the fact that you can't see the items itself, I mean...
Feel for screws. Feel for undoing things, butterfly.
They seem to be embedded in the wall somehow.
Braxon's gonna run his hands over all the hammer and see if he can find any dents in it that might be writing.
Well, I'm going to take a hammer and chisel to the clasp.
Okay. As you do so, Varadra says, "No, don't do that. I just feel that would not be a good idea. There's something about this weapon."
Is that a riddle?
It might be the thing we're after.
I say,
no, you got a
loathing
description of
sense
what you're
from it.
looking for a crystal.
Right.
Well, then, what do you suggest we do, Varadra?
I don't know.
Solas will cast the
Braxon.
detect magic.
Braxon says, "Hang on, let's run our hands gently over the hammer, and if it's got any runes engraved into it, we can put a piece of paper on it and rub, and then Varadra can read them for us. It might have a command word written on it.
There do appear to be some runes on the head. You cannot feel you can't feel the other side of the head though. You can only feel one side.
Oh, so we can't get round the back.
Correct. It's
Okay.
too close to the wall.
Does anyone have a sheet of paper?
Does anything else radiate magic except that invisible hammer?
Just that hammer, and are you casting the priest version or wizard version?
Priest version.
Okay. You cannot make out the spheres that it is, and it is very, very powerful magic.
In
Well,
that case,
but
I will mention that it is very powerful magic that is cast as
Solas, if I get you to sit on my shoulder, can you put a bit of paper on that and then rub on the bit of paper with your pencil and get an imprint of those runes?
Real fast. You cannot tell if the invisibility or the item itself is what's radiating magic.
Yeah, but I will mention that to the group.
Okay, Leva, you're trying to say something?
Leva was going to cast detect magic as well.
Okay.
Oh, actually, could I try fairy firing out of curiosity?
You would know that fairy fire wouldn't give you any, it would reveal the shape, but you've already revealed the shape with the ash. So, if there's something else that you think that you would get out of fairy fire, let me know, and I'll let you know whether you would know or not. But, the outline of it, you already have. So I'm not sure if that you would get anything else out of it with fairy fire.
Could we... let's search the room for any buttons.
That was the original idea.
Or switches.
Okay, Leva, you are casting Detect Magic. You cannot tell the schools involved. and it is a very powerful magic as well.
And it's the only place in this room where magic is detected?
Yes.
Okay.
So, you're searching the room for any kind of buttons or anything like that, you said? Who is searching the room?
Yes.
Okay. Ockar?
I hope Lafdul's helping too.
Lafdul's like, well, we can come back to the hammer.
The room is pretty crowded anyway, so you do not find any buttons,
I'll
Ockar.
step out. I'll say, hey, Lafdul, don't you have that one spell that like gives you hints or something?
I do.
That's just an idea.
That's so bad.
That was terrible.
Braxon bad.
Braxon says to Vardra, you said this is this place was worshipped by followers of Hela Brightaxe, didn't you?
I did not. I said that it was carved in the image of her. That doesn't necessarily mean that it had her worshippers here.
Okay.
Citadels are carved into whatever people decide to carve it into.
Okay, Braxton's going saying Dwarven, invisible. It was a mace, wasn't it? An axe.
Hammer.
Warhammer. Invisible Warhammer of Hela Brightaxe. Allow me to take you off the wall. And then he's going to have another go.
It doesn't budge.
He's going to say, we just got to figure out the right thing to say to it. It must be that thing written in Dwarven. Can we rub some paper? Can we rub some paper on it?
Yeah, I mean, there was that suggestion. No one said that they were actually
Solas.
doing that.
Solas will do it.
Paper. Yeah.
Okay. So you make a rubbing of one side and show it to Varadra, and she says, "It appears to be half of whatever it is. I would need the other. I need to know what's on the other side to know exactly what it is."
What is that half word?
She kind of gives you a shrug and says, "It needs the other half. That's just the way that these things are made."
Braxton's gonna put both hands on the shaft of the weapon, and he's not going to try and take it off. He's going to try and turn.
There is not enough space for it to turn.
Oh, because the thing will hit the wall.
Yeah.
Would I know if does no.
What? Go ahead and ask. Would you know if what?
No, I do have bat sense, but I'm trying to think of a good use of using it.
Bat sense is not going to give you, like, you can't read
that's
things
why
with it and stuff like that. It gives you shapes.
Braxton says, we could always take out the block behind this from the other side.
Yeah,
of the wall.
Roger just said that would be a bad idea.
No. Take out the wall. Braxton's going to go look at the other side of the wall.
Well, this is like a
pretty thick
test.
It's pretty thick. You're and you don't know what that would do to the structural integrity of the chamber.
Yeah. Braxton's going to tap the wall just in case it's a fake wall behind it.
They're pretty thick walls.
Question?
Yeah.
Again, with the pass wall, if I use pass wall on that wall behind this hammer, would we be able to see the back side of that hammer?
I think pass wall would make it a passage as well, because it's just temporary and it just opens up a passage.
It opens a passage, but temporary, it's 1 hour plus 1 turn a level.
Well, sure, it's still temporary. But, like, I don't think that creating a pass wall would cause, like, tapestries and paintings on the wall to suddenly fall off.
Oh, that wasn't the point. It was the point I was trying to get to was the backside of the hammer, so we could get the full word that was written.
Right, but that's what I mean is like, I think that those things would become part of the pass wall itself. They would disappear in the opening, and then reappear when the opening returns.
Pity.
I don't want to use my idea spell yet, because I want to search the other rooms in case there's like a mechanism in one of the other rooms.
So I'm just gonna leave the hammer and chisel option as a last ditch effort if we can not figure out a way to get that thing off the wall by the time we're done.
Okay, so you want to leave it and keep exploring?
Yeah.
I asked Roger, would praying to your deity give you a hint? Would your deity give you a hint if you asked?
I can do so. I cannot tell if this is sacred to Marthamar Duin or not.
Yeah, but you should be accepted as a friendly, I guess, for lack of a better way of saying it.
Well, I will be studying this while you continue on. There's something about it. I don't know what it is, but I'm...
Yeah, you got you were able to sense it, so it must be intrinsic to dwarves or you being a priest. A dwarven priest.
Braxon says, you don't need to be a dwarf to realise this is amazing.
I feel a connection to it somehow.
So, how about this room?
Would the windows in my robe be able to be used to look at the backside of the hammer?
No.
Braxton's going to try saying dwarven words that mean visible, like reveal.
You get no reaction.
He's going to try putting his hand on it and saying some words like that.
Okay, you get no reaction. Almost as if trying random words in the vast lexicon of Dwarvish is not going to work. I mean, do you guys want to keep working at this? If you got other ideas, or are you going to move on?
The only other
We can
thing
come back to it later.
The only other thing I could think of is that robe that Leva has.
Solas.
Does it have a window? Or
He just asked about
I
that.
asked about it.
Yeah, and I said no.
Out of curiosity, with my ring of X-ray vision that I used to have would have worked.
So it would have worked in that you would have been able to see through the stone, but given that the hammer itself is invisible...
Oh. I would need true sight as well.
You would... And like, you got what was on one side by making a rubbing, so...
How much of a gap is there between the axe and the wall?
You could put a piece of paper between there, but you wouldn't be able to put another thing to, like a piece of charcoal or a pencil to do a rubbing with.
Can we get something like pasta or pastry from the ship?
What?
Put it behind there. So what have we got that might expand?
What do you mean expand? You want to push it away from the wall?
Like like bread has.
Do you mean indent into it?
Yeah.
So
and
the problem with that, though, is that once it expands into it, how do you get it out?
Yeah.
Oh, I could shrink it.
Do you want to cast reduce?
If only we had that putty that you could put on the bag of things and then just peel off to get a rubbing or an imprint.
Well, but the problem is that you there's
so
very little space between there. So if you put anything back there, like a piece of paper will go back there, but then you can't put something there to rub it. If you put something back there that would fill in the runes, you wouldn't be able to get it out.
Actually, is it actually like attached to the wall?
Well, let's just leave for.
Hold on. What was that, Lafdul?
You say it's attached to the wall with clasps. It's like completely clasped in, as in it doesn't come out.
Well, the problem is that you've only coated this with ash. So, if there is a mechanism, you can't see it.
Okay, Braxon wants to follow the clasps. Is there like a pole coming at the weapon and going to the wall?
No, I want to see if the clasps go inside the wall.
Yeah,
Is
no,
there
I mean
any-
they're it's attached to the wall. They whether they screw in or what, or you can't tell because
No,
you
I'm
can
just
only
wondering.
feel this. You can't see it, and the wall behind it looks plain. So
Does-
it's like you're not seeing the holes that these are attached into.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's
So we
the
can't
illusion.
feel the fittings.
The illusion that is making this invisible is also making the wall behind it smooth.
Does this edition have a see invisibility spell of any kind?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is higher level than all of you guys have.
Damn it.
Doesn't detect invisibility allow you to see invisible?
It does not
If it
allow
is
you to see
invisible.
invisible unless you detect invisibility. So you would see that there was you would know that there was an invisible object there, but it would not let you actually see the item as it is.
Braxton's shoulders go down and he looks a bit sad and he says, I suppose we could come back to this later. It's not going anywhere.
Let's just leave for Audra here to do her thing. She'll probably figure out something while we're bubbling about somewhere else.
Hmm.
And if she doesn't, I'll just break the clasps and we'll just take the hammer.
Well, she did say that it would be a bad
Oh, it's
idea to
bad.
break the clasps.
Actually forcing it would be bad, I think, the premise was.
It's a last-ditch effort if nothing else works.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, I'd rather take the wall apart.
There's also the thing where we could just go to Brawl and get a scroll of sea invisibility and have one of us use it.
Yes, just
You wanna
go and get
casually
a
fork
high-level
out
magic spell.
10k for that. Because that's how much it would cost.
We got the ship fund or whatever the fund is. The company.
You don't casually.
Yeah, I mean, if we had unlimited time and money, it'd probably be cheaper to shore up the wall and take out the block behind it. And then we could do a rubbing of the other side of the weapon.
It would
You don't wanna go-
absolutely be cheaper. More time consuming, sure. But
Yeah,
In this case,
let's go on.
Roger, we'll leave you to this while we kind of look around.
okay.
Just let us know if you need help with anything.
So, do you want to bring some boxes in so you can get up
She
closer to
already got up closer by moving some furniture over there.
it? Right.
And I'm guessing we've already tried to slide it out, right?
Yeah, no, it definitely does not slide out.
We tried most locomotive methods
we-
of getting it out, I guess.
We might be able to take the whole thing with us, without needing to chisel by using stone shape later on.
It's probably water against magic. It's invisible.
I meant about using in the stone block. It is.
Yeah, if we could pull out the stone block, we could just drag it to the ship and figure it out later.
You can't just
detached
pull
outfit.
out a stone block.
Yes, you can with stone shape.
Well, okay, yes, with stone shape, but
Yes,
Braxon goes up to Lever and says, I got a good feeling about this. I made a joke about an invisible weapon, and then an invisible weapon appeared.
Maybe you could make a joke about buttons that open these clasps.
Yeah, there might
It's-
be something similar.
It's some sort of challenge from the dwarven gods, I think.
Yeah,
Isn't
it
that
could be.
close to our break time?
it is. Just letting you guys finish up once you are officially moving on, but people are still talking about this, so...
Yeah,
Lafdul, did you actually tell the others that you, or whoever was it, who heard the thought in their minds?
Yeah, I just said there was a loathing, a seething coming from above, and then I
Have you
thought
ever
that
tried?
there might be some kind of disembodied ghost or spirit or something. So I thought, oh, that's probably a dwarf because this is a dwarven citadel. Oh, Roger should pray because maybe it wants forgiveness or something.
Did
to move on.
you ever try and think back at it? With swords?
That's not how my spell works. Oh. You mean with telepathy?
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it be better for ESP or something, or like mind read rather than telepathy?
I don't know. It's just a start of a thought that maybe if it managed to pass on, if not for thoughts and feelings to you, then maybe you could pass thoughts back to it.
Would I know if thought capture would work on dead, the undead or dead spirits?
Thought capture, thought capture doesn't work on anything. It captures a thought that's floating around in an area.
Oh, so it doesn't matter whoever or whatever made it.
Correct.
It's the actual thought itself.
It captures independent thoughts. Once you have a thought, it floats around in an area. At least that's the theory behind the spell. I mean, the spell just works. And how exactly it works is kind of left to people to debate. But the idea is that you have a thought, and it pops out of your head and just floats around. And then you can come in and capture it with that spell. Whether that's actually what happens, who knows? But that's the premise, the theory behind it. How about this? We'll take our break. You guys can discuss whether you have any other ideas on getting this out, or you can just move, if you want to just move on after this and wait. But it is time to take our break, and if it's just going to be a kind of a case of, hey, what about this, what about that, what about this, then, do that during the break, and then when we come back, if someone has a new idea that has not been tried, then we can just do it. Mm-hmm. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. So we'll see you then, everyone.